Alright, it's been a week, and I haven't drawn anything since, so I've now forgotten how tired I was of drawing things at the last one. Also, we haven't gone very far, have we? Jeez. Oh, also my controller isn't actually functioning, I guess. See, the nunchuck and everything. Okay, that's just the nunchuck not working. Yeah, only now on the 3rd level. I wonder how many levels this one has compared to the others, but... What did we spend 10 episodes doing if we only got through 2 levels? I don't remember the levels themselves even being that long. One had a 10-minute time limit. Although, of course, there's plenty to draw in each. Find the page with a door. Okay. Guess I have to draw the door. I see you. There you go. I will still say though, I think some parts of this game are pretty in a different way than predecessors were. This is a rather nice environment. Simple, but nice. This game is pretty in a simple way, not so much in a really detailed, ornate kind of way like the other ones were. Come on. Simple 3D stuff instead of really detailed 2D stuff. Why do you keep putting the coins in the path that I'm not following? It's around the... Hey. Thing I interact with. Stuff actually on it. Okay. It's kind of funny. Do it at the right time, you can actually kind of go through too. Am I just flying at this point? Yeah, that's really what it looks like. Like, I don't even have to, like... You see, I don't even have to touch the... Flying with my tail. It's weird. Anyways. That thing, sure. Eh. Physics stuff is not something I expected to be doing in this game, but I don't know if I can get this to move at this point. Not really. Right. Well, trying to get something that can, like, roll is going to be tricky. There you go. Alright. More things to draw above me, oh boy. The time has come. Template, again, I still don't want those. Templates and stamps are the 2 things I've been getting so far, neither of which have any appeal to me. Oh well. But, okay, so this is an actual objection I have to this game so far. Lots of the things it's asking me to draw are things that just appear in the background. And they're really small like this, beyond that, and on top of being really small, they're also extraordinarily small beyond that already on the screen. Because this game is very zoomed out. So I don't really see what the point is to me doing more than just like... this at this point. Like, look how small this thing is. Look how few pixels I have to work with. This is practically pixel art territory from the DS games. I actually rather like how those legs turned out. Yeah, sure. But like, at what point would there be to adding any more detail? Look how small this thing's going to be on the screen. And it's really discouraging that this thing isn't going to have anything to do with anything, and I know I'm not probably going to be able to see it anyways. Like, okay, they're putting my... Oh, that's the spider there? Okay. Even what little detail I added so far, it's hard to make out. Like, I can't even make out the individual legs on that thing. I mean, sure, my weird little mongoose rotor that I drew. Stamps. It has been showing up a lot, but it still doesn't mean you can see it at all, and it's also just not affecting gameplay. It's weird how they mixed in new, like, meaningful ways for drawing stuff to interact with the gameplay, in the form of, say, do you, like, do things to me? No, you just run around. Also, why do the spiders move around like that? They're, like, standing up. At least I thought I'd be drawing them top down. Do they have a template for that? Do they anticipate the spiders being drawn from a different angle? I guess I didn't check. Let me look. But yeah, you have new ways of drawing things to interact with the world, which I like a lot. But then at the same time... No! In fact, theirs is about as detailed as mine is. Just slightly more precise shape. So they expected this thing just to be dancing around side to side like this? But anyways, contrast that greatly against lots of these things they keep asking you to draw that don't have any appearance or any effect beyond their appearance. Of course, you were asked to like draw buildings and whatnot in the first game too, but that had significance insofar as actually being stuff you would see in the world, in the hub primarily, which was a good place for admiring that stuff, and it was bigger, more interesting things. Not just draw a little spider you're only ever going to see in this one level or something. And is a hook really that interesting a thing to draw, though? I guess this one moves. And we're just gonna do this like the white peg. I'm gonna make a red peg this time. And that minigame that inspired the white pegs. Pegs that you've already touched are red, I believe. The idea is to touch all the pegs. And I'm not doing the coloring book thing that lots of drawings did in the first game, for what it's worth. I can at least still acknowledge that. But otherwise... this game has lots of silly stuff when it comes to ideas for things for you to draw. Looks more like a button, but whatever. Like, here's something completely inconsequential that'll show up in one or two levels for you to draw, and you can see it in the background, or here's something so small and simple that and not really based on anything in reality that you could really be inspired by. Oh, look at that spider. Oh boy. That spider is very static, like fossilized. I don't feel like this... Did I say spider? Snake. I don't feel like the snake is alive. And there are other things like getting to draw that health power-up. The health collectible. I like that. I'm starting to make one that's less terrible than what I have now. Is that something of great importance? And you can do something amusing, like making something that makes sense to be healing specifically for the character that you drew. Which I don't really have much to do with right now, because like and to actually draw a, it's a very peculiar placement. But, it's like, didn't actually draw an inspired thing as my character this time. In part because I didn't think I could do Gurgan with this game's drawing, but also, well, actually that's pretty much it. I'm regretting it a little bit so far, to be perfectly honest. Because I am finding this to be very boring. I do feel like there's a good deal less excitement to be had with the things that I'm drawing in this game. Not just because I find it kind of frustrating to try to draw things, but also because I'm not managing to draw things that are very interesting. A big part of that is because I find it hard to even try to draw detailed things or things that look like other things. Cool, why do I want to draw this? What the heck, game? It's just morbid. Why would I want to... Again, what's with the weird drawing prompts in this game? How about instead of a shrunken head, we just do like a skull? Oh yeah. Drawing white is still very difficult, but I will give it to this game that this game is an improvement still on drawing white on pure white backgrounds in the other games. I'm still pretty astounded that Next Chapter DS didn't rectify that issue better, considering all the other improvements they had to the drawing engine. This is at least doable, even if annoying. Drawing with white on a very light gray background / white background. I guess I can still tell roughly where stuff is and so on. Give me a lighter white. Lighter gray, I mean. How to go about the jawline on this thing? Do I want that last one or not? Again, why does one do undo but two does not do redo and instead does nothing? I do kind of like the closure that you get. It's a nice looking outline. Okay, how to use pure white for this? I can't really do a highlight on this now, which is kind of a mistake that I made. But oh well. I could have mixed light gray and white to get a better light gray instead, but and for that matter, I will do a little bit of color mixing. I feel like I'm just stuck sticking to really simple stuff like what I'm doing now. It just feels like I'm not able to do more ambitious stuff like I did in... Oh, I don't need that right now. Like I did in the prior games. Which is kind of saddening. It's a really good place to... Just need a good place to mix my paints. How's that doing? That is basically the color I already had. Like, exactly, actually, I'm using. A bit more like that, then. Feels like too much. Oh wait. No, it's still way too... Is that any lighter at all? No, it's not. I didn't actually manage to ink up the right spot. Eyedropper was in the wrong spot. It's still way too dark. Like, jeez. No, too dark I said, not too light. Kind of work for your colors is a good way to make it more rewarding. Jeez. Why does everything feel way too dark? Again, okay, it's a hard to tell sometimes which color it's actually picking up. I don't want that color. I want this color. Even that I want something slightly... Yeah, I could start with that. I think I can start with that and then have another color to fade into the other stuff a bit better. Is that a good... No, it's not the color I want. I've never had difficulties grabbing the color I want before now. Yeah, kind of like that. It's a nice... I'm mostly paying attention to the left screen. The preview on the left, I mean to say. The zoomed out view. It looks pretty nice and smooth there. That's kind of my metric for whether or not I've smoothed something out enough. Now to shade all the other stuff. Probably a lot more, okay, I do still want to shade the nose. Probably a lot more quickly and lightly though. It was mostly just mixing the colors that made this take forever for what it's worth. No. If I select a color, it's because I want to draw with it, not because I want to erase stuff. This is not, giving me any... There you go. Your brush is too small, it doesn't have any blending to it, apparently. I should use that trick more often. Just drawing something to get color and then undoing afterwards. Okay, but now, I think I'll just do a little bit of shading like this. Just some fairly easygoing shading with the with this particular color. And kind of quick just because it's also well over time to end the episode here. We'll do one more color here to smooth it out a bit. I don't want to overwrite this whole outline I made. That's kind of what's happening. Yeah, this doesn't capture the shape very well either, unfortunately, but it is an attempt. I feel like this could use one more, just because it's so large. You kind of notice the banding a lot more easily. Yeah, and ideally this would actually have highlights too, but it's mediocre, but it's something. Cool, that's our shrunken head that we put a silly amount of time into. Will this have any impact on gameplay? I imagine it's one of the many things they want us to draw that don't. But, oh well. Hi everyone. What? The game keeps doing that. How does the game do that? What makes the game do that? Anyways.